Hi, I'm Sticks again. Thank you for joining me on this short 10-minute video which could change your life. Over the next 90 days we can show you how a system, a method, a recipe if you will, for success in whatever field you wish. A template for getting more out of what you currently put in. I call it the DealMakers Blueprint. Why? Well, you already know of course that there is no such thing as something for nothing in this world. But what if I could show you a way that makes you more effective, more efficient, more ethical, as well as a good deal better off in any area of your life? Imagine having more influence in your chosen industry or niche. Imagine building stronger relationships more quickly. How would it feel if you get a better price on anything, whether you're buying it or selling it? How about getting better tenants, better JV partners, better relationship with your family and friends? Imagine getting your kids to bed on time without the arguments. It's all in there. It's all in the DealMakers Blueprint, a simple 7-step system to greater influence and persuasion. But how can a system that gets me cheaper houses, better prices for my products, and get my kids to bed on time, I hear you asking? That's a great question. Now let's look at the common denominator here. All of the examples above include you and another person. So if you learn to that's quite difficult to say actually. So if you learn how to handle other people, you're going to get a better result, aren't you? So the great news is, so are they. The DealMakers Blueprint is about getting a bigger slice of the pie, but you get more by working with people because you make the pie bigger. And all of that from the comfort of your own home or office or train if you like. So let's see what the next 90 days could look like for you. First of all, there are 2 components, delivery and follow-up. Weeks 1, 3, 5 and 7 and so on, I will deliver a section of the DealMakers Blueprint online via live video feed to about a dozen people. Having delivered the content, we spend another hour or so, or however long it takes, refining the details, setting each other various tasks and goals. So this section provides you incredibly valuable information, goal setting and accountability, and we all know how important that is. Then you go out and practice, and in weeks 2, 4, 6 and 8 we have another live video for feedback only this time, but it's more like a mastermind group. You tell me and everybody else what you said and did or didn't do and what results you managed to get, and then we pat you on the back or we put an arm around you or we all laugh our socks off. Caveat, by the way, I should say at this point that I have a motto, and it's this: if there ain't no fun in it, I'm not doing it. So prepare to be amused. I have another one, by the way. I take the work seriously, but I don't take myself too seriously. Now back to the script. Oh, actually, sorry, I don't have a script. I've just got a few notes. So 2, 4, 6, 8 gets you some feedback, some Q&A time, and you still have an opportunity to go and practice for another week before we hit you with part 2. How about we look at the kind of things that we'll cover? Well, first of all, we have the simple 7-step system called the DealMakers Blueprint. Now, I could tell you what the steps are called, but since it won't make any sense to you, let me just tell you this. They are very simple to follow. Why do we call it the DealMakers Blueprint? Well, the fact of the matter is that in every human relationship, we are making some kind of a deal. Think about it. Every time you speak to somebody, there's an outcome. It could be as simple as what time should we have dinner, or worse still, where should we go for dinner? How long can this take? Yes, I know, until after dinner time, and then there's a row and you finish up going to bed hungry. But what's missing here? Have you ever been out in a group? Imagine a single gender group for this example. We're out celebrating and somebody says, which bar should we go to? And by the time the collective decides, it's way past closing time. What's missing here? How about we're in a furniture shop buying a sofa, or worse still, out buying a coat. There are just 2 people. Imagine it's you and your significant other. You want them to look nice, and all they want is to be warm. Now, obviously, you want them to be warm too, but not necessarily at the expense of looking nice. Whereas they just want to be warm. What's missing here? Or we're in the golf pro shop looking for the new putter that will instantly turn us into Rory McIlroy. Trouble is, we don't know which one. Putter, not McIlroy. The golf pro is there, and he really cares about all he really cares about is getting out and playing more golf, and doesn't know you from a bar of soap. So which one do you buy? Well, none of them. What's missing here? Order is what's missing. Control is what's missing. Leadership is what's missing. Influence is what's missing. And if I might be so bold, it's the DealMakers Blueprint is what's missing. If you've ever had a dog, you'll understand this. Dogs have to have a leader, and if you choose not to be the leader, then he or she will naturally assume the role. So instead of the dog being in the basket and you in your bed, it's the other way around. By the way, I actually know a guy that did that once as part of his dog psychologist training regime, but maybe I'll save that story for another time. So let's talk about dogs and other animals like, humans. The thing is that you need to understand that in terms of human evolution, although we are surrounded by amazing technological advances, our reptilian brain, or Percy, as I prefer to call it, remains stuck in the Dark Ages, and Percy influences almost every decision we ever make. Once you understand that and you can observe it for a bit and you can learn to predict what Percy, will do in any given circumstance. Now, if you're Percy, you can call yours what you like. I choose to call mine Percy. If Percy is predictable, then so is everybody else's. And if you can predict with reasonable certainty how other people are going to react to a given stimulus, then this changes everything. And it means you get to sleep in the bed and not the dog basket. Okay, so how do we get to that stage? Well, first of all, we build the framework to provide order. It's okay, I've done that. Actually, Charlie Austin did that. But anyway, we've got it. Then we mix it in with a little Cialdini, Dutton, Carnegie, Kahneman, Blount, Moore, Priestley, and then sprinkled with a little Dixie dust, as someone once called it. And that's where the magic happens. The Dixie dust thing, by the way, came from a very recent event where I was demonstrating how to get people to react to a click word stimulus. We cover this in the program. I gave several examples and then invited questions, and somebody in the audience put their hand up and said, Dixie, I have a question. When are you running your next mind reading course? During a break, he came over and he said, that's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Can you teach me how to sprinkle Dixie dust on people? On the DealMakers Blueprint, you will learn how to do this stuff. And you can call yours Michael Dust or Ellen Dust or Brian Dust or Vicky Dust, or you could just use your own name. Now, I can hear you asking, I have to have a psychology degree to make the DealMakers Blueprint work, Dixie? And that's a great question, but the answer is no. You don't have to put the research and background reading in to make this work, because I already have. You just have to know that it works and use it. Okay, what else are we going to cover? Well, apart from Cialdini, Dutton, Carnegie, and all the other amazing authors, we're going to talk about the use of language and the choice of words that you use every day, about mirroring other people's language, tone and pace, about body language, about mirroring... It's really difficult to say. About mirroring body shape and stance. More about the saber-toothed tiger that resides in the medulla oblongata, or Percy, as I prefer to call him, which makes about 95% of our emotional decisions for us. I'm going to give you an exercise for all of the above, by the way, so that you can do at home. We'll talk about click word, the use of reciprocity, calmness, listening, the power of silence. And we're going to roll all of this and much more into some examples of actual results that we've achieved during the DealMakers Blueprint. Remember though, this program is about you. It's not about me. I didn't invent the system, although I humbly suggest that I have improved it, and we can make it work for you. All you have to do is follow the program. So let's get to some questions that I've been getting. First one, is it for me? I don't know if it's for you, but I'd like to find out. So hit the link below and let's book a call. It should say book a call with any luck at all. Second, how much does it cost? Well, you'll be pleased to know that it's reassuringly expensive. But since we are already friends, and this is the first time I've delivered the program in this format, so it might be a little bit rough around the edges, as you can no doubt tell from this video. And because I want your feedback, I shall offer you a great deal, if it's for you. Hit the link and let's find out. When does it start working? Great question. This is precisely the question one of my mentors put to me when I first threw my book in the bin and started building the course. There are 7 steps, but steps 2 and 6, used in tandem, will improve your results almost instantly. And I'm going to cover them in week 1. So depending on what you use your DealMakers Blueprint for, you could get your course feedback tenfold during week 2. When does it begin? First week in September, day to be confirmed. What happens if I miss a session? No problem. They're all recorded and available to you at any time to catch up. Obviously, it's better if you don't miss any, but if it's some kind of emergency, we can also arrange a one-to-one for Q&A as well. And the last one is, how do I join? Well, we talk. Hit the link and book a call. We have a chat, and if we both agree to work together, you join. If one of us doesn't agree, we part as friends. How does that sound so far? Good. So hit the button now and book the call. Let's talk. Do it now, because there are limited spaces on this program and I hate speaking to disappointed people. Thanks for listening. Bye.